throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I won't beg, break, I'm going away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know.
And then there were three, as we're down to the final three races of the NRSL Reebok Truck Series Season number 4. It's Chase Race number 8, the Advanced Auto Parts 250 here at 8 Ball, and alongside me once again is Stephen Pod III.
Hello, guys.
A couple of chasers will lead us down to the green flag as Sky Commons hanging on to the Chase Championship championship hopes by a sliver coming into this one. We'll start alongside RJ Reynolds, who is second in points, right in the thick of things with Jonathan Zorline. Elijah Gilbert and Kyle Matthews, off his terrifying wreck last week, will start in row 2, with the points leader Jonathan Zorline in row 3 alongside Bafode Sacco. Tom Shelley will start alongside last week's winner John Irvin in row number 4 with, if I can get there, James Qualls and Delon Abrahamian in row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid. I hand it over to Steven.
So what I expect today is an SS race. Usually every Pigs Creek race we had, last year's winner, I already forgot who it was.
They're not in the field, so it doesn't matter.
They're not in the field, yeah. So, but it's going to be crazy. We have a wreck every single one, 2.5 miles, but the track is like a reverse figure 8. So it's definitely interesting to see what's going to happen here today. Anything can happen, but the points lead between Zorline and Reynolds is 48 points. As our final row is Faith Rollins and Binky Louvier, who even has a shot to win this race today, too.
Well, anyone does. The points lead is a lot slimmer than it was last week, as it's just 48 points between Zorline and Reynolds, as here comes the command to start engines here today.
Drivers, start your engines!
The gap is the only thing that has changed up at the front, as those two are still the only two who could leave here as the points leader. They have been the dominant trucks all season long. Dylan Young, Sam Young are 3rd and 4th in point. I don't think I sorted that back out. Amanda Shelley is actually 3rd in points, with Dylan Young, Sam Young 4th and 5th. It is John Irvin now 5th. Seth Cole, Joshua Hyatt, Kev Shear. Or sorry, Zach. Okay. I didn't sort that back out. Whoops. So we'll take care of that on a caution flag. It's John Irvin is 5th. Seth Cole. Then it's Zach Flickinger, Joshua Hyatt, Kev Shear, Sky Commons, and then Preston Plord is eliminated from title contention in 12th. We will carry 8 onboards. They are Jonathan Zorline, RJ Reynolds, Dylan Young, Sam Young, Seth Cole, Joshua Hyatt, John Irvin, and Sky Commons, should we need them. As we will come off of turn number 4, we have a left-hand and a right-hand corner in this one. As mentioned, a figure 8 track here. Pace truck will pull off, and they'll still have to kind of deal with the pace truck as they get the green flag.
Yep, coming off, and it's going to be very interesting. It's one of a very difficult track to a green flag, actually.
Yep, green flag is that. We're underway with the Advanced Auto Parts 250.
Now, remember last season we saw a big lead for a few laps, so anybody has a shot. So don't take that Spartan spot for nothing.
As Elijah Gilbert now will somewhat clear Sky Commons coming off turn number 2. That's what he kind of needed. As Irvin now going to make it 3 wide for 3rd. Here comes Gilbert.
Now look for the big wreck too when it's all bunched up like this.
As Gilbert to the top spot, RJ Reynolds going to fall back and won't even lead lap 1. There's Zorline making the move, passing the 09 truck, now inside the top 5 at the completion of lap number 1.
Well, it's a short race, so being in the front is not going to be helpful right now.
Sky Commons tries to make the move. It's Elijah Gilbert who leads lap 1. RJ Reynolds in the middle.
And that's not what you want to be.
Kev Shear's in the middle as well. Dylan Young on that outside line.
Pushing Osborne right there.
So there's the 00, trying to hang on to his title hopes as well. 363 points back coming into this one. The magic number at the end of today's race, 296 points. You have to be within 296 points of the points lead to be still in contention.
I'll tell you something, Charles. You do not want to be on that outside lane.
As Zorline figured that out the hard way, he falls way back.
Way back to understatement. There's Kyle Matthews right there. RJ.
RJ now back up inside the top 10 as leading lap number 2 was yet again Elijah Gilbert, but not for much longer. Tom Shelley out to the front now with Sky Commons helping.
You have Vasako right there in the 31 pushing.
And it's very important for that 77 truck to be able to pick up 5 bonus points for leading lap. Here he goes to the race lead.
And then some people on that detrimental outside lane.
As that's Tom Shelley now leading it. RJ Reynolds going to grab a spot on that inside line, so that's good for him.
I'm surprised he's been this clean so far, to be honest with you.
And coming off turn number 4, Sky Commons is going to lead the lap. 5 bonus points to the 77, 3 wide for the top spot.
Here comes James Qualls. We haven't seen him be in the top 5 this much this year. Here comes Chris Wilson, 2 in the 5.
And RJ Reynolds going to try and push the fellow Toyota to the race lead.
Yep, everybody coming to the back to the front, but you don't want to be up here too early, like I mentioned.
As Reynolds still is yet to lead a lap. Does he make a move on Qualls? No, he's going to be content to ride behind him for now.
Yep, as Gilbert's still up here, Tom Shelley on the bottom.
Sky Commons was able to hang on to a top 5 spot. Here comes Seth Cole in that Stakem Chevrolet. He's another one that needs to have a good run in order to stay in the title hopes. 300 points even for Seth Cole coming in. Just needs to gain basically 2 spots, maybe even 1 spot, depending on where he's running. To stay in contention. So
RJ getting that push from the 77.
Although actually RJ losing spots right now, as there goes Seth Cole now, top running chaser to the 22.
Yep, not really a lot of passing, but as I say that, here comes Gilbert for the lead.
As now make a move once again, we're still green as, oh, not for much longer if they keep that up. What a save by Tim Randolph.
And the 01 lost the draft.
Well, so does the 68, but I mean, I think they'll take that as a consequence for having a saved race truck.
Vicky Louvier's making moves through the field.
Seth Cole lost a lot of ground.
The 19th was Steve Powell, who ran this race last year in that pack.
Amanda Shelley's back here. There's Joshua Hyatt. Kev Shear right now just outside the top 10.
Trevor Germain actually playing nice this week. Gilbert falling back.
Gilbert had led the lap, but now he's back in the lower half of the top 10.
Somebody just tried to block Commons. That was Gardner.
Well, it was probably RJ Reynolds who tried to block as Dylan Young to the right rear quarter panel of the 09 truck.
Well, they're in the detrimental spot right now. As to the bottom of the racetrack, a lot of trucks.
Here comes Kev. He's one of them, but that inside line is going to turn into the outside as there's 3x3x3 down the front straightaway.
And remember, we've seen Chris won at Talladega, so.
Trevor Germain in that middle line.
Yep, Baranowski, I don't believe has won a race this season. Going for her first win.
Yep, and going to make the move to the middle there to get past Kev Shear, so a good move there. Elijah Gilbert fell from 1st to 8th in 1 lap, as now going for the race lead is Tom Shelley on Johnny Gardner.
Yep, and Shelley had that heartbreak at Vensel Arena to her cousin or sister or whatever, Amanda Shelley.
As now it looks like 3-truck breakaway for the time being, as Gardner had to lose ground there, as now Alex Perkle tries to make the move on the 77, not able to do so.
Yep, as he's trying to push right there. Is everybody kind of fanning out single file, which is good.
Top 8 are single file right now. Back to RJ Reynolds. Right now it's Chris Wilson battling with Kev Shear. Here comes Chris Louvier. Going to try and make a move for the 9th position on the 00.
Yep, as everybody battling back. It looks like the second pack is broken away here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, we do have a breakaway. Amanda Shelley's on pit lane. That's why we have a breakaway.
Yep, that's what's going to cause it.
As there you see, John Irvin is back here. He was 291 points back coming in.
And he
This
won
could
2
be
races.
his title hopes gone.
All thanks to Amanda Shelley.
Kyle Matthews back here. There's Tim Randolph, Stephen Paul III as well.
Card Pollard. Max Anderson, the Daytona winner.
Trying to look for any of our other chasers. Preston Plord is already eliminated from Title Hope. There is the 98 of Jonathan Zorline, currently inside the top 20. Joshua Hyatt is behind him, and Hyatt needs to actually get around that 98. Hyatt is 334 points back coming in.
Yep,
So Zorline with these passes eliminating people from the title if the race were to end right now.
I'd be very surprised if we don't have a wreck for the end of the race.
As right now Zorline cannot figure out which line he wants to run.
No, he doesn't. He's got to try to pick the right groove.
As right now, just trying to follow the 57, it looks like. Dylan Young, RJ Reynolds inside that top 10. Right now, I think it would be very close for the points lead between RJ Reynolds and Zorline. As Louvier throws it in there on the 09. Oh, whoa!
Yep.
Elijah Gilbert lost a lot of momentum there. He was running 4th.
He tried to block, and it didn't work.
Meanwhile, back up front, it's Johnny Gardner leading over Alger Baranowskis and Alex Perkle. The top running chaser is the 77 of Sky Commons.
Perkle did win a couple weeks ago. Well, he's won sometime this year.
Believe so, yes. As Baranowskis might be able to try and make the move. Yes, she will on Johnny Gardner. Going to have help from the 30 of Ozkan. Gardner and Sky Commons tried to throw the block, was unable to do so on the 40.
Yeah, that's happened too.
As a lot of momentum lost there for the 77. Not able to make a move on the 2 of Johnny Gardner as a result. Kev Shear coming up towards the front. There's going to be 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Chris Louvier.
Trying to go back-to-back at super speedways.
Baranowskis leads at the stripe, but doesn't lead for long, as now it's Chris Louvier to the front of the field as Samet Ozkan gets freight trained.
Yep, story of the Clorox 30.
As right now, there's RJ Reynolds running up in the 7th, last scored in the 7th position, now on that inside line, going to gain several spots here.
16 looks like they're a little slow, that's why.
Well, I mean, a lot of that is whenever we've seen him slow, it's because he's also on that outside line. It definitely has not been the line to be in. As Dylan Young tries to make a move, here comes Sky Commons, Johnny Gardner, Samet Ozkan, 3 wide once again for the top spot.
And Commons goes with Ozkan on the bottom.
As I don't blame him, as now Sky Commons to 2nd. Here comes RJ Reynolds to 3rd with help from Kev Shear, his teammate. The TRD Racing teammates there, 3rd and 4th now, as Kev Shear goes for 3rd on his own teammate.
Where's Jeffrey McCullough?
Not in this series. It's Kev's other driver in this is actually Faith Rollins.
Oh, Kev's driver is Faith Rollins too?
Yeah.
Wow, you learn something new every broadcast.
As Samet Ozkan's going to lead at the stripe. Here comes Kev Shear looking to try and get up to the top spot, as he is yet to lead today. That would be 5 bonus points for the Crayola team.
And he's won at Irwindale from start to finish.
As right now, typical 8-Bull Racing, as there really has not been a dominant car at all today. Here comes Kev. Never mind. Chris Louvier is going to make a move on him, and Tom Shelley's going to make it 3 wide for 2nd.
Yep,
as Kev's going to pay the price now on that outside line.
And it's really fast-paced race. We've only 10 minutes into this race. We've only got 6 laps to go.
As now, here comes Preston Plord. There's Seth Cole on that inside line, as I see Zorline on the outside back there.
Here comes Steve Pollard. He's up to...
RJ throws the block on the 16.
Yeah, that was a ballsy block right there. But yeah, Steve is up to 7th. He's coming up through the field.
Dylan Young trying to pass Chris Wilson. That is for 17th.
Yeah.
And 3 wide up here, Samet Ozkan, Alex Perkle, and William Brock. Algebranauskas, and there's RJ Reynolds on the outside now.
There comes Hyatt in the 11 truck.
Dylan Young, Seth Cole gonna throw their names into that mix. As here comes the 98 up towards the 09.
Yeah, he's gotta be careful in this corner here.
5 laps to go here at 8 Ball.
This is the time you want to show your stuff, because if you get up there, you might have a shot. It's Jack James nearly killed RJ right there.
And that's his teammate right behind him for Jack James in the form of Jonathan Zorline.
So if the 13 takes out the 09, does he get to go up to Duke Thorson and say his driver's an ass?
As Tom Shelley now going to the top spot as Sky Commons led the lap. His second lap led.
Here comes Steve. He won a Colorado National Speedway. Hasn't done much since.
Jessica Shelton in the 84 also starting to make some moves towards the front in that 84 Coca-Cola Ford. Here comes Ozkan though for the race lead. Steve Pollard gonna help.
Yep, going down the inside.
Sky Commons right now in 5th, trying to hang on to whatever slim chance of title hopes he has, and that's Mobile One Dunkin' Donuts Dodge for SRT Motorsports. The championship team last season with the 40. The 40 can't win it because they're not in the chase. All of their hopes lying with that 77 truck.
And Steve Pollard to the lead with a power move.
Louvier now to 2nd.
How about Qualls? That'd be a feel-good win if Qualls can pull it off.
James Qualls to 3rd. Looking for his first win on the season. Alex Perkle now 4th. Joshua Hyatt all of a sudden is up in the top 10. As Louvier makes the move for the race lead on Steve Pollard, who leads the lap.
No
3
help
laps
right
to
there.
go now.
If Steven gets to the bottom, never mind.
As he will fall all the way back to 5th position now.
Well, that's where you want to be with 3 laps to go. You want to be in that position. So we'll see if that's going to pay off. But it looks like Tom Shelley's going to get the run.
Yep, and he will. Joshua Hyatt going to get forced up to the high line. And meanwhile, Amanda Shelley has rejoined the race. Here comes Alex Perkle. He has to go to the outside. Smet Ozkan has to do the same.
If we have a wreck, we go to green, white, checker territory.
They will see 2 to go this time by. Amanda Shelley looks to be somewhat up to speed. Just was obviously slow because being all by herself on a plate track. 3 wide for 2nd, and not what Alex Perkle wants.
Nope, not at all. But this is what Steven Gilbert is going to be, whoever can make the move here.
As they're going to catch the 83 down this straightaway. Louvier with tons of momentum. He's going to make a move, but so does Steve Pollard.
Steve Pollard picks the right
And
line.
that's exactly what the 83 needed right there to keep him out in front for right now.
Well, I think Ozkan's in the best position as we come to the white flag here.
Preston Plord starting to make some moves towards the front. I see him just barely in the picture.
And now who fans out first? Steve Pollard. That's a terrible
Pollard.
move by Steve.
And here comes Ozkan. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead into turn 1.
I didn't like that move. I didn't like that move, Steve. But he's going to clear Ozkan, so he might have a shot.
But,
he's going to get... Well, Ozkan does... Nobody's got draft. Here comes
here comes
Plord.
Preston into 3rd with help from the 40.
Say, the 57's got the preferred lane, I think, so...
Yes, he does. Into turn number 3.
Yep,
But-
so Steve's going to get the lead. Oh, yeah, let's go.
But
Oh,
can
Tom
Tom
Shelley.
Shelley make a move? It's usually very hard to do so. Coming off turn number 4, can he make it?
And Steve finished 26th here last year, but today it looks like he's going to
It
pull
will be
it off
Steve
today.
Pollard who wins here at 8 Ball.
But you know what? That's a beautiful camera angle. But you know what? This is what Steve needs for the momentum for the Cup race this weekend.
And John Irvin seeing his title hopes come to an end here today.
Yeah, a lot of people's title hopes ending. But how about that? 2 wins for Norm Bennett this season. We're not following Chapter 11 now.
As top 10 here today, Steve
Shoreline
Pollard,
23rd.
Steve Pollard, Tom Shelley, Jessica Shelton, Johnny Gardner, Alex Perkle, Joshua Hyatt, Smet Ozkan, Preston Plord, Chris Louvier, and Dylan Young. RJ Reynolds also only 17th, so...
Yeah, so that's going to get close for the points lead, but...
As look at the bottom of the results, Steven, your final thoughts.
So Dylan Young is definitely going to gain. Might be not a full race behind now, but we look at the top of the results. Steve Pollard, his second win on the season. Great run for them. Card Paul won the pole last week, so good run for Norm Benning. Another second place for Tom Shelley. Jessica out of nowhere to third. Perkle fifth. Hyatt with sixth. I believe he was the top running chaser. Ozcon,
Yes.
Louvier with ninth. Dylan Young 10th. Next weekend, we're going to... I don't know where we're going. Iowa next weekend. And the last Iowa race for the Hooters Series, it was a wreck fest. So it could be another wild card race, so stay tuned. It'll be very interesting with 2 races to go in the championship now.
So with that, congrats to Steve Pollard and Norm Benning Racing on the win here today. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Goran Fan291 and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.